Greetings, guy pals and gal pals. It's me, Camden, on channel Camden. Okay, just like the last video, I'm gonna talk about a mini review in this video: Avengers: Earth's Mightiest Heroes. But I'm also planning on doing a full-on Avengers EMH review sometime later on this year or so. But I'm just gonna give you my thoughts on it, and it will lead to my main discussion in this new video. Avengers: Earth's Mightiest Heroes was a Marvel cartoon that ran from 2010 to 2013, and it was on Disney XD. Because, you know, the mouse owns Marvel now. And the show was great. It was amazing. It was paying tribute to the old Stan Lee and Jack Kirby era of Marvel Comics. So I had this awesome theme. Season 1, the member of the team consisted of Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, Hulk, Ant-Man, Wasp, Black Panther, and Hawkeye. You remember that in my Superhero Squad review I said it introduced me to some characters. This introduced me of some of the lore of Ant-Man and Black Panther. And yeah, I wouldn't have cared about those characters if it weren't for them, you know, before the MCU. Had many villains like the Masters of Evil. I'm surprised the Masters of Evil has not happened in the MCU movie yet. Loki, Ultron, Surtur were supposed to appear in Season 3. And, yeah. So what do you have? A really successful show that has a lot of fans and they love it. You cancel it with a lot of plots that has never been concluded for a dumb reason. I don't know who in the world came up with this. We cancel Avengers: Earth's Mightiest Heroes. Why would we do that? Because that new Avengers movie made a lot of money. So, if we make a show based off of that movie, then our new show will make a lot of money. Also to sell toys. Luckily, I already know why. It's because since the first Avengers movie has done really, really well, Jeff Loeb decided it would be a great idea to cancel it and bring in a new show that will be exactly like the MCU. And he also said, quote unquote, no one cares about the other Avengers. People only care about Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, and Hulk. And kids don't deserve serialized storytelling. So yeah, we got an Avengers Assemble. And it's probably the only show I'm talking about today. Avengers Assemble was a show that ran from 2013 to 2019, and it's like the MCU. The roster contains Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, Hulk, Hawkeye, Black Widow, including Falcon, like a year before Captain America Winter Soldier came out. And yeah, it's like the MCU. And I still don't get why they canceled a very successful show just because they want a show that's like the movies. But I'm gonna review Avengers EMH in another video sometime, and I'll go more in depth into the show. And yeah, the show was developed by Man of Action, and if you're unfamiliar with Man of Action, I'll just inform you that he's been doing great works with yep. And
can I borrow
yes,
a pen?
This show.
Interesting.
Ultimate Spider-Man.
Eyes widening.
Okay, so there are some things I did not mention in my Ultimate Spider-Man review from last week. I can talk about it briefly right here because this connects to Ultimate Spider-Man. First fact, Eddie Brock is not in the show. Instead, they have Harry Osborn being Venom in the show for the first 2 seasons. Later on, he's not Venom anymore. Flash Thompson is Venom, and he's Agent Venom. Well, that's a very different change. Oh, second thing, yes, the Man of Action thing I mentioned. Another thing, this show crossovered with Phineas and Ferb. It was called Phineas and Ferb Mission Marvel, where they crossovers with Iron Man, Hulk, Spider-Man, and Thor, where the heroes lost their powers. And yeah, it was a very cool crossover, and you should check it out, and I might talk about it someday. Also, the show, so if that crossover was about them losing their powers, then if Hulk lost his power, shouldn't he be turned into Bruce Banner? That doesn't make any sense. Why I don't get it. Why that doesn't make Ultimate Spider-Man crossover with another Disney show. And I am not joking. I am being completely serious. I am not trolling you. This is for real. So don't yell at me or anything like this. Spider-Man crossover with Jesse. Yes, Jesse. I'm not kidding. And yeah, and Ultimate Spider-Man ended in 2017 and got another Spider-Man show called Marvel Spider-Man that came out in 2017. So yeah, I'll talk about old Bomb Squad later. And yes, I gave him the nickname Bomb Squad.
Yeah, whatever. From now on, I am the Bomb Squad.
Yes, I stole that joke from Godzilla Mendoza. And if he sees this video, I am sorry I stole your running meme on your channel. Dude, though, check out his channel. He has, he talks about Marvel stuff, mostly Spider-Man, and he makes Spider-Man costumes sometimes. You should check him out. Yeah, we were talking about Avengers and all those other cartoons. Yeah, they all tried so hard to be like the MCU that even in Season 4, basically, before Captain America Winter Soldier, Falcon was young and he used to be part of S.H.I.E.L.D., but then he joins the Avengers. And he's younger than his MCU counterpart. So then after Winter Soldier came out, a few years later, they put Falcon and other heroes in another world in Season 4. And they just done it for Falcon to look like Anthony Mackie. Yeah, that's how hard they try. And yes, even in Season 5, Thor had both of his eyes, and in the last episode, Thor has an eye patch like in Thor Ragnarok, and just says, "Oh, I was fighting some monsters on Asgard." Yeah, but here's the thing. Back then, this shows came out during the time the new movie is coming out, but they still stand on their own and be unique and have their own vision for the show. And Avengers Earth Mightiest Heroes surprisingly did not have that many merchandising. Yes, Disney, that owns Marvel, has not made any merchandise off of Avengers EMH, even though it has some merchandise material. But when Avengers Assemble happens, they make a bunch of merch off of it. A lot of merch on Ultimate Spider-Man. And yeah, there was a Guardians of the Galaxy cartoon, a Hulk cartoon with Hulk with a bunch of other Hulks, and they're all in the same universe as Ultimate Spider-Man. And yeah, basically what they were doing in the 90s, when the 90s had cartoons that are in the same universe. So they've been doing that now. But something complicated has happened during 2018. Remember that when I said that they're all in the same universe, right? Well, when Ultimate Spider-Man ended, there was another Spider-Man cartoon that came around that I'll get in more depth into in my next video. And then he teams up with the Guardians of the Galaxy, and it's a completely different Spider-Man from Ultimate, where they act like they've never met. Even though in Ultimate Spider-Man, he teamed up with the Guardians of the Galaxy twice. So, This doesn't make any sense. Same things happen in Avengers Assemble in the 5th season. Spider-Man teams up with Black Panther, and it's the same Spider-Man from Marvel's Spider-Man. And the Vulture shows up, which is a completely different Vulture from Ultimate Spider-Man. Because in Ultimate Spider-Man, that Vulture is emo. But yeah, that's how it is in the Marvel animated universe. The Marvel Spider-Man cartoon I will go in depth in my next video. And guess what? My next video will be coming tomorrow. That's right, this week will be a double week of 2 reviews, because this is a 2-part thing on what happened to Marvel animation. Last week was a prelude for this 2-parter, because Ultimate Spider-Man basically started it all. Why am I having Star Wars music in the background when I'm talking about Marvel? Whatever. There's hope for Marvel animation yet. These, yeah, I'm about to talk about more about them in part 2. So, yeah, go ahead and watch part 2 for this can be complete. So I'm not doing a donut scale just yet. Okay, we'll do a donut scale for Avengers. 7 donuts early on in the show. But for later on in the series, and as in all the other Marvel animation cartoons, 5 donuts. The Marvel cartoons for these past few years has been mediocre to just the Marvel animation team outright not trying. I'll complete my final verdict in part 2. So yeah, see you tomorrow.